The secret didn't tell you this, but I'm here to give you guys the actual secret to manifestation today, and that is really self-worth. So I know I've done videos about energy and, vibration and all that kind of thing, and that is like the basics of where manifestation comes from. But when it really comes down to it, your subconscious mind and your self-worth is so crucial to your results. So today I'm going to tell you why self-worth is the secret key to manifestation. So if you don't know anything about this topic, then be sure to keep watching. What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jen. I am a mindset coach and manifestation advisor, and this is my YouTube channel where I upload 2 new videos for you guys each and every week, all about the art of manifesting your best life through the secret of mindset. So I know a lot of other teachers don't talk about mindset in regards to manifestation, but to me that is the secret sauce that really makes things sing. So on this channel I talk a lot about psychology and thought work and things that we can do, and all of that really comes back to the fact that your inner world creates your outer world. So I hopefully am giving you the tools to start manifesting successfully by taking control of this and your feelings, and therefore taking control of your life. So as I said in the beginning intro, self-worth is really the secret key when it comes to manifestation. So I'm going to tell you why that is. So I know that everybody has an idea of what they want to manifest, and they're like, I want to manifest $1 million, or my future husband, or the Porsche, or whatever. Usually it's these big things that people are trying to manifest straight off the bat. And I have something to say about that, but I'll talk about that in another video. The thing is, like, thinking positive thoughts and thinking of this beautiful thing that you want to manifest, that's one thing. But when it comes down to it, you are already creating your life based on what you think you're worthy of. So if there's a huge gap between where you are right now and where you want to go, that is a really good indication that your self-worth hasn't caught up to your desires. We aren't really taught to think about our self-worth. Like, when we're adults, we're just expected to have a good sense of self-worth. But I'm sure you can think of people in your life that actively settle for way less than you think that they are worthy of. And what that really comes down to is their own self-worth. And I'm not saying this as a judgment on those people. We are all on a journey, of course. But the point I'm trying to make is that we create our life based on what we think we deserve and what we think we are worthy of. We all have an invisible lower minimum standard, and we all have an invisible top standard, and we like our little comfy zone in between this, right? If things start to get too down low, then we know we need to do work and come back up. Similarly, if we start to go way up here, our brain freaks out and thinks things are too good, and will start self-sabotaging and bring us back down into our normal state. So whatever we have experienced in our childhood and youth is usually our normal state. So if your state was chaotic, or things were happening in your family all the time, or you weren't really modeled any healthy relationships, something like that, or any healthy relationships with money, and that has probably become your normal. That is what your brain has normalized that life should be like. So your subconscious brain operates so much more than you think it does, right? So I spoke about this example on this channel a while back, but like, when I first moved to Europe, one of the big differences in the buildings between Europe and North America is that in Europe, there's like a threshold in between each door frame. So when you walk through a door, it's not just a smooth transition, there's like a little bump. So I knew this, I could see them, I could see the transitions everywhere, but I don't know how many times I stubbed my toe walking from one room to another because I simply forgot to lift my foot up. The thing is, walking from one room to another is obviously part of my subconscious brain programming. My conscious brain was aware that there was a new problem in the way, but it took a long time for my subconscious brain to get the message. So this is the reason why self-worth work becomes important as an adult. You can be consciously aware of what you think your worth is, and then secretly acting out in ways that are not in congruence with that, that are like accepting way less, that are, you know, holding your standards way lower than they should be. So it takes conscious work and effort and repetition to increase our worth to match our desires. So I want you to really think about the things that you're trying to manifest, and really think about, like, what would you have to believe in order for those things to just be part of your reality? Because I guarantee you there are thoughts and beliefs in your mind right now that are not in congruence with those desires, because if they were in congruence, you would have those things. So our world is proof of what we believe. And if your world isn't what you want it to be, then that's a really good indication that you need to go in and change your belief structure and work on your self-worth. So self-worth is an ongoing thing. You can do little things all the time that will help to increase your worth. I did an article about this recently on the blog. You can go over and read that, and there's some really good stuff in there as well. But I just wanted to do this video as well because I know some people like to read and some people like to watch videos, so I need to do content for everybody. But your worth is something that only you can work on. Like your husband or your best friend or your boss or whoever, they're not going to be in charge of your self-worth. They're not going to be in charge of your beliefs. They're not going to be in charge of your self-love. It's up to you to do this work. You are the only person that can do this work. You cannot outsource it, and you can't do it, unfortunately, just in one afternoon. You can actually, sometimes somebody will say something to you, and if you really process it and really think on it, like, sometimes you can get an instant upgrade. But most of the time we need to continually come back to our thoughts and continue to monitor our thoughts and continue to monitor what we are doing in our actual real life, because you can always ask for more. You can steadily increase more. You can start to see where you are accepting less and start to take little baby steps about accepting more and accepting more and accepting more. So maybe that is accepting people in your dating life that you're only actually, you know, really interested in, not just accepting any date that comes along. It could be accepting, you know, the job that fulfills you and pays you well, not just one or the other. That could be, yeah, like going for the full-bodied relationship, not the superficial relationships. Like it could be so many different things. So I want you guys to get creative and start to think about where you have been settling in your life, and start to think about how you can stop settling, how you can start to raise your bar a little higher, because that minimum standard is set by you, it's maintained by you. So what happens when you just shift it up a little bit, 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 and shift up the top a little bit more, a little bit more? That is how you can grow your worth. And once you are actually well and truly aligned with the desires, the big desires, that is when you can actually call in the $1 million and the car and the husband or whatever it is. But if you're feeling like those things are so beyond you, they're not beyond you. But that is a good sign that you need to do the self-worth work. And if you don't do that work, you can manifest all you want, but you're probably going to come back to the same thing over and over again. If you have ever heard about lottery winners that lose all their money in the first couple of years, that is because their worth wasn't really expanded. They managed to manifest something and then they lost it all because they weren't embodying themselves as a millionaire. They could embody the idea of winning, but they also embodied the idea of losing. And we don't want that, you guys. We want to really and truly transform, not just to have a little blip on the scale. Okay, so I hope that gives you guys some food for thought. If you want to learn more about that, come on over to the site. And while you're there, I have a fear busting worksheet for you guys to download. And this worksheet is really crucial if you are on a manifesting journey, if you're on a personal development journey. We all have fears that are actually holding us back from who we want to be. So if this is you, if this is resonating, please come on over to the site and download the worksheet. It'll help you get unstuck. It's the best thing I can do for you other than working with you one-on-one. So if you're not ready to hire a coach, come on over and get the worksheet. It is totally free. Thank you guys again for watching this video. I'll be back here soon in the next one. So until then, I'm wishing you the most amazing, magical week ever. And just remember, get ready for the miracle. See you guys.